In today's Reddit story, OP's life falls apart when he discovers that his brother and his wife hooked up with each other during one of her work trips. Join us as we explore another heartbreaking cheating story from the world of Reddit.
Me and my once wonderful wife are 25, and we've been married for 2 years. We've known each other for 7 years, but have been together for 5. And while we've had a happy marriage, it hasn't been without its ups and downs. Like every relationship, I guess. My brother, who's 26, has been living in California since he got into Stanford. But after he graduated, he got a job there, and he's been there ever since. He was here for a week as he came back for our parents' wedding anniversary and my birthday, which are 3 days apart. I started to feel like something was wrong 2 weeks before he arrived, because my wife had been on a work trip to LA the week before, and she told me that she met up with my brother. I didn't find it weird because, according to her, they just had lunch and caught up on each other's lives. After that, they went their separate ways. When she got back, though, she felt strange. She was distant and keen on arguing over the tiniest of things, like me buying a different soap than what she wanted. I apologized and even offered to go and buy her a new one, but she refused and said that I didn't care about her in the slightest, and that I must have gone at it with 7 women during the 7 days she was gone. She'd smile and laugh while she was texting someone, and when I tried looking at her phone, wondering what the joke was, she'd scowl at me, calling me a freak who wanted to invade her privacy at every chance I got. We were pretty pissed off at each other before going to my parents' home, but during the drive, we agreed to be happy and cheerful like the family expected of us. We got there at around 12:30 in the afternoon, and I had to rush to the airport to pick up my brother because he was due to land at 1, and my parents' home was 45 minutes away from the airport. He was waiting for me at the gate and we chatted all the way home, but when the topic of my wife came up, he suddenly seemed a bit down, as if he was overcome with guilt. I sensed that something was wrong, so I asked him, but he brushed me off and remained cheerful for the rest of the journey. The week went as was planned, and me and my wife kept up the pretense of being cheerful while we argued during the night. I knew at this point that she cheated on me while she was gone because I've dealt with this sort of thing in the past. The only thing is, I didn't know who she was seeing. The day of my brother's departure arrived, and he had to get to the airport an hour early, so we left at around 4:30. When we were about halfway there, he said that he needed to talk to me about something and said it was about my wife. I asked him what it was, and he asked me to pull over, so I did. He told me that during the week that my wife was in California, they slept together, and it was him that she was texting all the time. It was because of him that we were having arguments, and I almost punched him in the face, but I didn't. I needed to hear more. I think he saw the red in my eyes as he quickly let me know that it was a mistake, and planned on telling me the moment he got here, but he couldn't. He loved me too much, but if he loved me, he wouldn't have done this. I told him to get the hell out of my car and find himself a cab because he was dead to me. I drove to my best friend's house and explained everything to him, asking if I could stay with him for the night. He said yes, so I texted my mom saying that I won't be there tonight because a friend needed me. I think my brother told my wife that I know because she's been bombing my phone with texts and calls. Some of the texts read, "Where are you? Come home, please. I really miss you. I need to talk to you now. Come home. I just turned off my phone and I'm writing this now, so what should I do?"
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I think this relationship is done. Not only did OP's wife cheat on him, but she did so with his brother. Cheating is already a display of disrespect, but to do so with your partner's family member makes it 1,000,000 times worse. If OP's wife could hook up with his brother, why wouldn't she hook up with a friend, an ex, or a co-worker? Her actions clearly show that she doesn't care about her partner. Otherwise, there isn't a chance in hell that she'd do such a thing to the man she supposedly loves and respects. Anyway, that's all I have to say for now. Let's check out the comments.
Diana Prince says, "Divorce the wife and remain pissed at the brother forever. I don't understand how someone could do that to family. It's a bigger transgression to me than your wife cheating. Family first always." Alternative Fuel says, "This is coming from a guy who was in your situation. Reconciliation only works 5% of the time. The mind movies and sense of humiliation will never go away." I tried for a year to reconcile and forget, but I couldn't see a life where I lived with a person I couldn't trust. The sad part of reconciling for the betrayed person is that to make it work, you have to sacrifice every ounce of self-respect you have. Your wayward partner will eventually get frustrated by you not being able to just get over it and move on, because to them, it wasn't that big of a deal. I'm sorry to say, but your relationship has run its course. I wish I could go back and convince myself of this before I wasted another year of my life trying to reconcile. Miss Omar says, "The part people don't understand is that when you lose all self-respect, the people around you will also lose respect for you, including the partner who cheated. So much so that they'll go out and cheat again. Nobody's coming out of that better off. It's one thing for someone else to wrong you. It happens to the best of us. But you wronging yourself will have repercussions that will shape your character and affect your future relationships for decades to come."
While there wasn't an update from OP about what happened next, we can only hope that he was able to pull himself away from someone who would disrespect him in such a horrible way. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Coffee and Popcorn, and I can't wait to see you on the next one.